All right, so right off the bat, I am going to say that being smart, having great professors, having more time to dedicate to your classes, coming from a privileged background, being young, being motivated and disciplined and organized, having family support, not having to work while you're in college, none of these are a requirement for you to do well in college. None of those things are a requirement for you to succeed in college. The only thing that matters, the only thing that you want to focus on getting really good at is developing your skill to create an effective study plan, make a weekly schedule, and get yourself to stick to it all semester long. Because the only reason that you're not getting the grades it is that you want and having the free time you desire every single semester is because you were probably never taught these skills. What I have seen time and time again between the students who do really freaking well in college and the students who are struggling a little bit is these two things. They either, one, don't know how to study. And because they don't know how to study, no matter what they do, they can't get the grades it is that they want, or they're having to spend a lot of time studying, which means they don't have a lot of free time and they're stressed and overwhelmed. Or for the students that do know how to study, they know exactly what to do, they're not able to get themselves to do it consistently. Those are the only two reasons you ever struggle as a student. It is literally that simple. Those are the only problems that you have to solve for. It's either you don't know how to study, the things that you're doing to study do not lead to the grades it is that you want, or you're not doing it. That's all it ever comes down to. The plan you have doesn't work. It doesn't help you to learn, retain, understand the information enough to be able to get the grades it is that you want, or you're not doing it consistently. If you can figure out which one of those two things is your problem, then now you know what it is that you actually need to focus on, right? You don't have to waste any more time looking for YouTube videos on what's going to fix the issue, what's finally going to turn things around for you, because you know exactly what it is. You struggle because you don't know how to take your notes and from where to take them. You don't know what to do with those notes. You don't know how to make sure that you're prepared for the exam. You struggle because you don't know how to make decisions around what you're doing and what you have to do every single week and what should be prioritized. You're struggling because you're worried that you're doing it wrong. You're worried that it won't be enough. You're worried that it's taking too long. You're worried that you haven't figured it out yet. And all of these things paralyze you and cause you to procrastinate, so then you're not taking any action. It always comes down to those two things. You either don't know what to do, or what you're doing isn't working, so you have to change the plan, or you have to go and learn the study skills, or you're not doing it. And so you have to figure out why you're not doing it. And if you're not doing it, it typically means that you're procrastinating. And all procrastination is a decision to do something later. And I have a video on this YouTube channel that's the ultimate guide to overcoming procrastination. Okay? If you are struggling because you don't know what to do, or you're struggling because you're not able to get yourself to do it, it comes down to just lacking a skill. You either lack the study skills and the time management skills, or you lack the follow-through skills. That's all it is. So if you can solve for those issues, you will start seeing your grades go up. You will start seeing that you have more free time. The main thing that I really want to hone in on, and that I really want to get into the brain of every single college woman, is this. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not too dumb to be in college. You're not too unmotivated to be in college. You're not too undisciplined to be in college. Your life circumstances are fine. Most of us struggle because we were never taught how to succeed. And this was my situation. Before I became the life coach for college women, before I created my program, Educated the Art of Becoming a Good Student, that teaches college women how to manage their time around work, school, and life so that they can earn the grades it is that they want without sacrificing the rest of their life, I failed out of over 7 classes. I got told to my face that I wasn't smart enough to be there. And I spent an entire summer learning how to learn, learning how to manage my time, learning how to be the type of student that when she said she was going to study, she actually found herself in the butt of that chair in front of her desk doing what she said that she was going to do. These are skill sets that you can learn. So all is not lost. You don't have to give up if you don't want to. I promise you that you can learn these things. The moment that you stop worrying about being smart enough or having the perfect circumstances to pass the class, you begin to have the mental energy and capacity to turn your attention to learning how to study effectively, learning how to make time for work, school, and life, learning how to ignore the negative self-talk so that you can show up. You will start blowing your own mind with the grades it is that you're getting and how little time you're spending studying to get them if you can learn these skills. So what I want to do in the next part of this video is I want to help you to identify which one of the 3 skills that if you master them, it will turn everything around for you. You'll start passing every single class that you take. You will study less and have higher grades. You will be one step closer to graduating. And I'm talking to the college women who you've been in your program for such a long time. You've dropped out, restarted, changed your major. It is possible for you to graduate. You just need to be taught how. So what I want you to do right now is take out a blank sheet of paper. I'm going to walk you through some questions. Okay? With these questions, for every single question, for every single statement that I read to you that is true for you, you're going to give yourself a point. And I'm going to break up these statements into the different skill sets so that at the end of it, you can total up all of the numbers. And in the areas where you score the highest, that's where you're going to want to get better at. That's the skill that you want to go out and learn. That's the skill that you want to go out and practice. That's the skill that you want to get feedback on so that you can tweak and get better over time. Okay? So I'm just going to bring up that list for myself right now. While you grab your piece of paper and a pen, you pause this video to do that. Okay. So the 3 main skills that you need to learn, get good at, and master to succeed in college, no matter your life circumstances, no matter what has happened to you in the past, is the skill of making an effective study plan. Then we have the skill of making a weekly schedule that creates time for everything that you want time for in your life. And then the skill of sticking with it until you create the grades you want and the free time you desire. So I'm breaking it up into the 3 categories. For everything that you agree with or is true for you, you're going to give yourself a point. The category with the most points is your biggest struggle area. So if you spent time focusing on learning this skill, getting better at this skill, your grades and your life will drastically be different by the end of the semester. Okay? So we're going to start off with the skill of making an effective study plan. So these are the 10 signs that this is what you need to focus on getting better at. So again, if you agree with the statement, if it's true for you, you give yourself a point. Each category, you have the ability to gain up to 10 points in that area. The area with the most amount of the highest number is the area that you want to focus on. So statement number 1, and again, this is the category of making an effective study plan. Your grades are consistently below a C+. If this is true for you, give yourself a point. Even though you studied for 14 hours and you knew the content, you got a 65 on your exam. If that's true, give yourself a point. You never know what you should be reading, writing down, or studying. If that's true, give yourself a point. Your version of studying is re-listening to the recording or reading your PowerPoints and notes over and over. If that's true, give yourself a point. Despite going to tutoring, you don't know what the hell is going on in the class. If that's true, give yourself a point. You're a hot mess express when you show up for office hours. You don't know what to say, what to ask for, or how to help your professors help you. If that's true, give yourself a point. You've failed classes, have had to retake classes, are on academic probation, have had to appeal to be reinstated. If that's true, give yourself a point. It never feels like what you covered in class is on the exam. If that's true, give yourself a point. You needed to take a semester break because it was just too much. If that's true, give yourself a point. And then the last one for this category is you never feel prepared enough to take an exam or sit down to work on a paper, presentation, or a project. So if that's true, give yourself a point. Again, the total in this category is 10. Tally it up to see what your number is. And then we'll move on to the second category. Okay, so here are the 10 signs that you need to focus on mastering the skill of making a weekly schedule. Naya, thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see what your scores are. So, first statement. You're always saying there isn't enough time. If this is true, give yourself a point. You have a planner, but you don't know what to do with it. You run out of time completing assignments. You cancel plans so that you can finish an assignment. You're thinking about studying when you're with family, friends, watching Netflix, or sleeping. You hand in late assignments. You worry about how long assignments will take you. You call out of work and skip lectures to catch up in other classes. You can't remember the last time you had a whole day off of studying. And then the last one is you feel a lot of guilt around how you use your time. So go ahead and tally up your points for that area. Okay, so the last category, again, I'm going to read out each statement. If it's true, you give yourself a point, and then at the end, you total it up. So these are the 10 signs that you need to focus on mastering the skill of sticking with your plans until you get the grade it is that you want. So statement 1, if it's true, you give yourself a point. You spend a lot of time creating study schedules and planning your week, but never follow it. When you feel stuck, your solution is to go and learn more information. You're always telling people, this is my year, this is my semester, but it never is. You wasted 20 minutes trying to decide if it would be better to handwrite your notes, type them up, do an outline, or Google Docs. Your solution to catching up after falling behind is to make another to-do list and redo your schedule. You quit or change your study plan when it doesn't feel like it's working. If something is taking too long, you automatically think it's because you're not doing it right. When something feels like it's too hard, your solution is to Netflix or create a new study schedule or buy a new planner. The first thing you do when you're going to get your life together is hit up Target, Staples, or any office supply store to get organized. You literally do everything else but what you said you were going to do. Okay, so you're going to add up your numbers. And in the comments of this video, I want you to tell me, what do you need to learn? What do you need to get good at? What do you need to master? This video is helping you to dissect, to pinpoint, to figure out why it is that semester after semester after semester you struggle. This video is helping you to identify where the gap is from where you are to where it is that you desire to be as a student, right? The only two reasons why students don't succeed is because they don't know these 3 skills or they're not utilizing it. So if you don't know how to study and if you don't know how to manage your time, or whatever you're doing right now to study and manage your time isn't getting you the grades it is that you want, then you have to learn these skills. You don't have them. That's the problem. That's the issue. So you got to solve for that. Now, on the other hand, if you know exactly what to do and when you actually can get yourself to do it, it gets you the grades it is that you want, but you're not doing it and that's why you're struggling, then the skill that you need to get good at is overcoming your procrastination patterns. You have to learn the skill of following through. And yes, that is a skill. You can learn that. When you can really hone in on, this is my issue, this is my problem, this is the reason why I'm not having the experience it is that I want, it becomes so easy to fix. You can see exactly what it is that you need to focus on. You can see the exact process it is that you have to take yourself through. So, what is your next step from here? What do you do? So if you have gone through this mini assessment that I gave you, and you are recognizing that let's say, for example, the highest score that you got was on not following through, so not sticking with it, then what I recommend that you do is that you watch the video called The Ultimate Anti-Procrastination Video, How to Stop Procrastinating as a College Student, that I have on this video, on this channel. That video teaches you why you procrastinate. And it teaches you the skills that you have to get good at to overcome your procrastination patterns. So that's where I recommend that you go. That video has a link to an anti-procrastination guide that you can put your information in, download it, and it walks you through the steps of learning the skill of overcoming your procrastination pattern, becoming the type of student who who does what they say that they're going to do, what they said that they were going to do exactly when they said they did it. They were going to do it. They're consistent all semester long. If you did the assessment and you realized, crap, my issue is that I don't know how to study. I was never taught how to study. I lack that skill. Then my recommendation for you is to watch my video on how to learn. It's called How to Learn for Adult Students. That video teaches you the skill of building out an effective study plan. Effective means that the things that you are doing to study and prepare for your class actually lead to the grade it is that you want. All of these videos will be linked in the description box. And what I will do is I will make sure that if you scored high on this category, this is what you want to watch next. This is what's going to teach you how to build that skill. Okay. So if you went through the assessment and your highest score was on time management, right? You lacked that skill of managing your time. Then the video that you want to go and watch next is my video on time blocking for college students. That video is going to teach you the skill of carving out, prioritizing, making the time, figuring out the time for school, work, and life. This is your next step. Now, there are going to be some of you who are watching this video right now, and you want to have help and be guided through this. My name is Clarissa. I am the academic life coach for college women. I have built out a program that's called Educated: The Art of Becoming a Good Student. It's a group coaching program that walks you through every single step of creating an effective study plan, making a weekly schedule, and sticking to it so that you can earn better grades and have more free time. If you are interested in working with me, you can schedule a mini session with me, a consult call. The link to do that is in the description box. On that call, I will help you to figure out and pinpoint exactly the reason why you're not already having the grades it is that you want or the college experience it is that you desire. I will help you to bridge the gap. I will tell you what you need to focus on and exactly how you need to focus on it on that call. And if it makes sense for us to work together, I will invite you and tell you a little bit more about how that program works and how you can get into that program. But I know that some of you are just not ready. You're not ready to get better grades. You're not ready to let go of your procrastination patterns. You're just not that committed. And so this YouTube channel is here for you. Watch the videos that I recommended next. If you are like, listen, I'm done. I'm done failing classes. I am done not having time for my life. I am sick and tired of having to repeat classes, extending my graduation date. I'm ready to graduate. I'm ready to figure this out. I just want to be walked through it. I just want to figure it out. I want to get the grades it is that I know that I'm capable of without sacrificing my life in the process. Your next step is to schedule a consult call with me. I cannot wait to get to know you. I can't wait to help you to figure out the reason why this has been such an obstacle for you so that you know exactly what to do and you can decide to work with me if it makes sense. I hope you have a great rest of your night and I will see you in the next video. Bye.